Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Are you curious why so many Californians are moving to Arizona? Well, today we're going to talk about a few of the reasons why I've heard people are moving and why some of my clients have chosen to move from California and also out of state to Arizona. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, the first thing that I've noticed is there are a lot of similarities between California and Arizona. And of course, Arizona does not have an ocean or a beach, but recreationally, I do think there are a lot of similarities that a lot of people that are moving from California can really find in Arizona, and a lot of that being hiking, biking. In the northern states, there is snow, and then of course, a lot of sunshine depending on where you are. Especially in Arizona, we really do emphasize on the great hiking trails, the phenomenal golf, and so really that outdoor living lifestyle. So really outdoor enthusiasts, if you're really looking for hiking, trail biking, any of that, it's really, really similar in California and Arizona. And of course, again, I know there isn't a beach, so take that out of the equation totally, but a lot of the other things are very similar. Another thing that I've really noticed is leading into that is healthy lifestyle. And I think it's very, becoming, I don't know whether it's on trend, but it's a great trend if that the healthy lifestyle, so healthy eating, healthy movement and all of that, it's very, very popular in California. And I think especially in Arizona as well, a lot of that has been trailing down and is also, here. So the healthy lifestyle really falls into that with the sports, with the outdoor activities. So I think that's one of the bigger similarities that I'm really seeing a lot of people loving about moving to Arizona is they're not having to give up that healthy lifestyle and those outdoor activities. Up next, and I think this one is a huge one, is the affordable housing. Now, in California, currently what Redfin states is the median home price in Southern California is in the high 700s. Now, that's all, in perspective of what that actually buys you. But as of last month in March in Tucson, the median home price was $365,000. That's a huge, huge difference, and that can get you so much more for your money in general. But just from past clients that have moved here, when they've had a budget of $1.2 million in California, it gets them a really tiny, 1,300 square foot house, and it's cute, but you're getting such a small starter home per se. But in Tucson, for $1.2 million, you're getting a very luxurious, you're entering well into the luxury market here in Tucson. So you get so much bang for your buck in general. So that's a big reason why I'm seeing a lot of people move from California and other states. They just get way more for their money here, and just the appreciation in general starts going up because, at least in Tucson, what I'm seeing is there's so much growth going on. So as the city continues to build, so does the housing and so does the appreciation. So I think that's a huge deal. And also, since we're speaking about housing and everything, I did want to mention, if you're looking to move or if you need any help about talking about moving, I am a licensed realtor and I'd love to set up a one-on-one call with you. My phone number is going to pop up on the screen right now, and you can just take a screenshot and you can give me a call, text me, or if you want to click the link below, you can set up a one-on-one call with me. Next, we have property taxes. Now, this might not be the most exciting topic, but it definitely is important when you're choosing the place you want to live. And especially in California compared to Arizona, there is a difference in the property taxes here. And Arizona is slightly lower than California. Right now, we're currently at 0.66% up to 1.25% of assessed property value. So that means that your property taxes, depending on where you're living in Arizona and especially in Tucson, it really depends on what those property taxes are going to be, but it's between that range. Now, that is slightly lower than California, but to keep in mind that, cost of living in general in Arizona is tremendously lower than California, and also, your lifestyle. And again, when we talk about affordable housing, if you're gonna buy a house for about $500,000 compared to something like in California at, $1 million or 1.2 or anything like that, your cost of living goes down tremendously. So property taxes are definitely lower. You get a good, feeling and you're able to live within your means, and also, you know, be able to enjoy life a little bit more because you're not having to spend as much, and especially with property taxes. Next, let's talk about job opportunities. Now, I think this is a really great thing for Tucson is that there are a lot of big employers here in town, and one of the biggest is the University of Arizona. So obviously, besides teaching positions, it is such a huge job market within the city that they're always hiring. There's always some sort of position, whether it's in academics or if you're working, you know, at the bookstore or anything along those lines, maintenance, anything like that. It's one of the top employers here in town. Another really big one is Raytheon. So engineering, anything along those lines. We have IBM, Honeywell, Amazon, Target. Those are some of the big employers here in town, and we're always ever growing. So because Tucson, from what I've heard and just researched, and why a lot of companies have chosen to move here, is that it's cheaper to grow a company here and to, you know, either lease the land or to build or to purchase. So we have a lot of these bigger companies that are choosing to choose Tucson over places like Denver or a bigger, you know, metropolitan area because of the affordability. So that's great for our economy, that's great for the job opportunities here in town. And another good thing that I also noticed the past few years, a lot of people who are moving from out of state, they're able to work their jobs remotely. So they're still working their salary job in California, but they're able to live in Arizona, buy a house in Arizona where it's a lot cheaper. The affordability of living, housing, all of that is so much better, but yet they're still making their salary as if they were still working in office in California. Now, some jobs might not still be offering the remote positions, but I do know that it's kind of become very lax in that space because, you know, people have been able to do it and they're still performing. So that's a huge draw of why people are choosing to move here. And again, if you are looking to move here, I did want to remind you, set up a call with me so that we can talk. I am a licensed realtor. Again, take a screenshot. My phone number is going to pop up and I'd love to chat with you. Let's get into the last topic. Last up, we have pace of life. And I know that this might sound cliche, but you know, of course in California, it's a very go with the flow, very relaxed. I think Arizona is very, very similar. I've lived here my entire life, born and raised, and I think a lot of people really enjoy that relaxed lifestyle, the sunshine and doing those outdoor activities and just, you know, having a good time. I think that's very much rooted in the culture here. And of course, that's not always the case, but for the most part, you know, you have a lot of friendly people and a very go with the flow type thing, which I think is very similar to California and a few other states of people why they're moving here. It's just very similar to that West Coast style of living where relaxed, fun, low key, and I think it draws a lot of people into the state and into, you know, where they find those similarities of where they used to live. But of course, they have the benefits of lower cost of living and just the more cheaper lifestyle, but still not having to sacrifice that pace of lifestyle and being happy. Well, that wraps up the video. These were just a few of the reasons why I've seen a lot of people that are moving from California and out of state to Arizona. You know, of course there are some similarities, but of course, obviously they're not the same places. You're gonna have to, you know, really go down that list of why you want to move somewhere and see if it's going to fit or if it's going to be similar to the life that you're used to, obviously with some added benefits and with maybe some negatives. But that's totally up to you, and you have to really dissect into why you're moving to where you're moving. But again, if you need any help or if you are looking to move, I'd love to help you. You can give me a call, text, email. We can set up a private one-on-one chat and we can talk about what you'd like to do with your real estate needs in the future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.